We know that the Ferrari SF-25, Maranello's latest Formula One car, has suffered from multiple design-related issues that gradually became evident over the course of the season. These problems have affected the team's overall performance and consistency in both qualifying and races, but the specific triggering factors that led to these deficiencies are not widely known or fully understood. In this video, we will examine in detail the errors the Ferrari engineers and technicians committed with the SF-25, highlighting how an old FIA directive contributed to the difficulties the team faced. Ferrari's performance decline has already been widely reported, especially in the second half of the 2025 Formula One season. The Maranello team's average points per race have dramatically decreased compared to the solid start, and the evolved rear suspension, which was expected to provide a significant advantage, only delivered an improvement of 40 thousandths of a second, a figure far below expectations. During the winter testing period, there was considerable confidence within the team regarding the SF-25 project, especially after the upward trend in performance seen at the end of the previous Formula One championship season. The car appeared extremely competitive in simulator runs, showing strong pace and potential. However, once the car hit actual track conditions, Ferrari's engineers quickly discovered serious shortcomings that prevented the team from fully exploiting the so-called potential of the platform, a situation that would significantly hamper race performance throughout the season. The design solutions chosen by Ferrari's engineers for the SF-25, in several cases, could not guarantee proper performance or consistent handling across different circuits. The first major misstep was the decision to switch the front suspension design from the conventional pushrod system to a pull rod configuration. According to detailed reports from the Italian media, the pull rod suspension concept ultimately remained too conservative in its settings, meaning that Ferrari chose a path that was safer in theory but did not exploit the full potential of the design. While the team opted for this approach, it did not push boundaries sufficiently to gain the expected performance advantage. Conversely, the rear pull rod suspension, which had been well tested and had shown reliability in initial evaluations, was pushed in a direction that proved too extreme, causing previously well-functioning concepts to lose some of their inherent efficiency. In addition, there were other areas of the car where Ferrari made serious mistakes, further compromising the SF-25's performance and the team's chances of achieving consistent top-level results throughout the current championship. The SF-25 was originally designed to run with extremely low ride heights, barely above the asphalt, in order to maximize ground effect efficiency and aerodynamic performance. Without maintaining this minimal ride height, the car fundamentally loses its intended characteristics and cannot perform optimally. As highlighted by former Ferrari test driver and commentator Matteo Bobbi during a conversation with some McLaren engineers, Ferrari's choice regarding ride height pushed the limits of the car's design too far. The wear on the skid block, a key component underneath the car, became a critical issue immediately following the team's disqualification in China. To achieve the full aerodynamic downforce potential, running at this very low height was essentially the only option. Raising the car by even a few millimeters would compromise performance, forcing the car to run slower around the track. This explains why extracting the true potential of the SF-25 has proven so challenging, despite Ferrari's best engineering efforts. It is also important to note that, during the previous season at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, the FIA issued a directive that directly impacted the use of protective plank plates on Formula One cars. The FIA directive on protective plates almost certainly compromised the SF-25 single-seater, considering the fact that the timing of the FIA directive coincided with the final stages of Ferrari's SF-25 project, a period in Formula One development when cars are largely finalized and significant modifications to major areas are extremely difficult. From that point onward, the FIA prohibited teams from using additional protective plates under the car to reduce skid block wear. On ground effect cars like the SF-25, the skid block is one of the most stressed components, as it is critical for allowing the car to be pressed closer to the track surface, thereby increasing aerodynamic downforce. The lower the car can run safely without exceeding skid block wear limits, the faster it can potentially be on track. The regulations stipulate a maximum wear of 1 mm on the 10 mm thick skid block that covers the car's floor. Red Bull actively pressured the FIA to increase inspections and effectively ban the use of this trick, which was adopted by nearly half the grid as a way to gain a subtle but meaningful advantage in ride height management. Ferrari, Mercedes, and Haas were reportedly among the teams most affected by this enforcement. By the time the directive was fully applied, Ferrari had no choice but to continue development under the new constraints, fully aware that this change would cause a major setback. Removing the minimum ride height from the SF-25 undermined a fundamental cornerstone of the car's original design philosophy, one upon which much of the engineers' work had been based. With the 2025 Formula One season drawing to a close, Ferrari now has no choice but to look ahead to 2026 and move away from ground-effect Formula One cars entirely. The regulatory changes scheduled for 2026 are extremely complex, presenting both challenges and opportunities, but they also offer a chance for teams to unleash creative solutions in car design, particularly in areas such as suspension, aerodynamics, and tire management. However, reports suggest that the internal atmosphere within Ferrari's Maranello factory is far from calm. Engineers in mid-level positions have innovative ideas, but they are often restrained or blocked by their superiors. Vasseur, Ferrari's team principal, is fully aware that his position could be terminated at any moment if the 2026 car fails to deliver strong performance. The team is led by technical director Leclerc, a man personally selected by Vasseur for the role. Leclerc has never previously held such a senior technical position in his long career, and he now faces the challenge of demonstrating that he is capable of leading Ferrari's technical development effectively. Leclerc, a former Mercedes engineer with extensive expertise in tires and vehicle dynamics, appears to be orchestrating a significant overhaul of Ferrari's suspension philosophy for the 2026 car. While he has not made major new hires, he has consistently mentioned the addition of 60 engineers and technical staff over an 18-month period to strengthen the team's capabilities. Notably, the departures of Wolf Zimmermann, the lead developer behind the power unit that will propel Ferrari's 678 car, and Lars Schmidt to Audi have caused disruption and tension within the team. Vasseur has reportedly reacted strongly when these topics arise, even referring to some discussions as jokes, indicating the level of pressure and urgency within Ferrari's management structure. Ferrari's difficulties in 2025 are not only technical but also organizational. On-track execution has not been superior to rivals Red Bull, Mercedes, and McLaren, and several strategic decisions during races have been questionable, often leaving fans frustrated. In addition, communication issues have been evident, with contradictory statements from Vasseur, Charles Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton creating confusion. Amid these challenges, the one consistently excellent aspect of Ferrari's operation in 2025 has been the pit crew, who have executed pit stops with remarkable precision and efficiency, demonstrating professionalism under pressure. Next year, 2026, will be absolutely crucial for Ferrari, and the team cannot afford to disappoint its tifosi once again. Patience among fans is running dangerously thin, as supporters are increasingly frustrated with seeing Enzo Ferrari's historic dream appear to decline season after season. Ferrari must show that it can once again produce competitive cars and deliver performances worthy of the Scuderia's storied legacy in Formula One.